quiere que le mandó a decir Leslie. Oiga, preste atención, oiga el audio.
Mami chula, tú le puedes decir algo al profesor. Lo que pasa es que mi internet, no sé qué es lo que le está pasando, no me quiere dejar entrar a las clases y me saca de repente. Tú le puedes decir que estoy intentando para que me manden el link sobre, los números iniciales, el password y...
Okay, well, Dania, you can stop it. Well, Dania, okay, stop.
Ya,
Okay.
ya lo
All
paré.
right, Dania, can you please just let her know, just if she can she send me an email asking for that information? Just don't do it now, Dania, do it after class, okay? Más dile que, mándale un
¿Y lo
mensaje
dejo
diciendo
así?
que, no, mándame, pues, no, tenemos que hacer la clase, ok, y parece que no es la única vez que ha pasado esto, so ella ya hubiera comunicando conmigo otros profesores, ok, pero ya en el comienzo de clase no hace tiempo para arreglar eso, es antes de clase, es después de clase, pero no durante clase, ok, so, manda un mensaje que se comunique conmigo ya para decirme bien esas cosas, ok, all right. Cool. So let's continue. So someone please read the definition for discrimination. Let's see. I see Rolania, Akira. All right, Akira, go ahead.
Untreatment, injustice, unfair or different treat towards someone based on their race, religion, ethnicity, nationality, sexual orientation, immigration status.
Okay. All right. So thank you, Akira. So that is discrimination. And remember what we talked about last week, that the big difference between discrimination and racism, discrimination is a type of racism, but remember that racism can be just thoughts and feelings. And discrimination is more when those thoughts and feelings become actions. And that's when things, I guess you can say, become dangerous. Okay. Recuerden que la gran diferencia entre discriminación y racismo, o sea, son conectados, ¿verdad? Pero el racismo puede ser, por ejemplo, simplemente sentimientos o pensamientos, pero la discriminación es cuando se convierten esos pensamientos y emociones en acciones. Y eso es cuando realmente es algo peligroso. Okay, so let's talk about some different ways for discrimination. We talked about some of these last week, but let's just do like a quick warm up for these. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to match the type of discrimination with an image that connects to that type of discrimination. Okay, so we're going to look at a word, the type of discrimination, and you're going to have to click on it and then click on an image that connects to it. I'm going to do an example right now, so if it doesn't make sense, it should make sense when we start the example, okay? So for this first part, don't do anything yet, no hagan nada todavía, vamos a hacer un ejemplo juntos y después les voy a iniciar de nuevo la actividad, okay? So don't do anything right now, I'm going to start the activity to show you the example, but I'll restart it when you guys are ready to start, okay? So this is what it looks like on your screen. Remember, don't do anything. I'm showing you an example. All right. So for example, this word is job discrimination. Okay. So if you look at the pictures, which picture connects to job discrimination? Cuando ven las imágenes, ¿qué imagen conecta con discriminación de trabajo?
Job recruitment.
Okay, they said job recruitment. Okay, so you're going to do this. To connect those, you're going to click on this, and then you're going to click on that, and boom, ahí te indica que fue correcto. Okay? If you don't do it correctly, si no lo hacen bien, si por ejemplo hacen esto, y después esto, te va a marcar así. Okay? You guys got it? All right, all right, so I'm going to go back. I'll restart the activity, and then you have 3 minutes to do it, okay? Which I think is probably too much time, but whatever. And we already did one together, so you should do that one first. Now remember, to see who did it the best, I'm looking at two things. I'm gonna see how many matches were correct and how many tries. So to do a perfect score, you have to do 6 out of 6, and you have to do it in 6 tries, exactly. So, yeah, okay. Well, let's see. I'm gonna see. I can't stop the activity. Yo no puedo como parar la actividad. I can't. It just tells me that I shouldn't have. I should give less time next time. It looks like we're still waiting on a few of you. Todavía estamos esperando a algunos de ustedes, but we're almost done, and the time is almost done too. So you have 1 minute left. Queda un minuto. About 25 seconds. All right, it looks like most of you are done with it. There's a couple of you who, I know that it's coming up as you haven't started it yet. Algunos que no han comenzado todavía, but the time is about to run out. All right. So, okay, so right now it's going to appear on your screen like you're going to start the activity again. It's just like that because I'm going to review. Okay, so don't think you have to do it again. No van a pensar que tienen que hacer la actividad de nuevo, simplemente es nomás para nomás ver cómo fueron los resultados. Okay. Okay, so resume share. All right, so remember, you're not doing this again. No están haciendo esto de nuevo. We're just reviewing, okay? So the first one we did was discrimination in job, job discrimination, and this is the one we said. Okay, great. So discrimination in public places. Who thinks they got that one correct? ¿Quién cree que le resultó eso correcto? Discriminación en lugares públicos. Yeah, Wildania?
Con la que dice reclamación, la que dice de que white people and color. La que está aquí abajo. Sí,
Okay.
no, ajá, esa sí, ajá.
Okay, so let's check. Correct. So some background on that. So so a lot of these images are from here in the United States, right? There's lots of discrimination that existed and still exists in the United States. So for the public places, you know, like in the parks, they have different places to drink water, right? These are called drinking fountains. And in the 50s and 60s, and before that too, but basically they had water fountains for white people and water fountains for black people. And so this is how you would see these signs a lot in different parks. Se puede ver este tipo de letreros en parques para donde tomaban la gente agua. So, yeah. All right. So what about housing discrimination? Who thinks they understood what the connection is for housing discrimination? Let's see if we got some other people going.
Me.
Karen? Karen? So which one is housing discrimination?
La cuarta, la primera.
Okay.
Dice we want white.
All right. All right, good job. So we want white tenants in our white community, okay? So this was still very common back in the day, where people, the people would just put signs up. They would literally just put signs up in their neighborhood saying like, we don't want any black people. We just want white people in this community, okay? And I think I've told you last week that discrimination and racism, like some of it is very obvious, right? So that is very obvious. And some of it is kind of like hidden. It's more subtle, right? And I think that's what happens now. Okay, ahora lo que pasa es que ahora el racismo es más sutil, es como más escondido. Okay, so there is actually still a lot of housing discrimination. Todavía mucha discriminación de dónde puede vivir uno, basado en la raza. But it's like different, it's hidden under different things. Like I saw a report recently, even reported recientemente, ¿verdad? Where like, where the value of a house, like if someone who wanted to sell a house, the value was lower based on whether it was a white or black family that lived there. Okay, so por ejemplo, cuando alguien quería vender su casa, ¿verdad? El valor de la casa parecía que dependía si la familia que vivía en esa casa era blanca o negra. Like, so the house just seemed to be more valuable if it was a white family, and if it was a black family, the house was less valuable, for example. All right, what about discrimination in education? Who thinks they know this one? Let's see, who's me? Well, Priscilla, if it's, all right, go ahead, Priscilla, you haven't shared.
The boys have the cartels.
Yeah, so this one, and here we go. So the schools in the United States, they were segregated, which means that there were schools for white people and there were schools for black people. Okay, no hace mucho tiempo, ¿verdad? Hace poco tiempo atrás había como escuelas que eran segregadas, o sea que habían escuelas para negros y había escuelas para blancos. And there are people, and there are some statistics who still say that schools are still segregated, right? But instead of it being connected to race, specifically, now it's connected to class, right? To money, but money is still connected to race. So it's just kind of like a way to separate students based on race, but without saying that it's separated on race, okay? So anteriormente las escuelas eran separadas en blanco y negro. Había escuelas para blancos y escuelas para negros. Y hay gente que todavía dice, y las estadísticas también apoyan esto, que las escuelas todavía están separadas, segregadas, ¿verdad? Sí, pero hoy en día, en vez de decir que es por raza, así que blancos aquí y negros aquí, ahora es por cuánto dinero tiene la gente, o sea, por clase. Y entonces, en vez de decir que, este es para gente, por ejemplo, negra o para gente latina, esa escuela, es mejor que dicen que, es para gente que es como de clase baja, ¿verdad? Eso es como, todavía conecta, pero la clase todavía conecta mucho con la raza. So, yeah. All right, unequal use of police force, police brutality.
La tercera de arriba.
All right, thank you. Who is that? Elizabeth. Okay, thank you, Elizabeth. So that's correct. So like we talked about last week, we discussed that it just seems like the use of force by police, it seems to be more, they use more force when it comes to black people that they're arresting when compared to white people they're arresting. So this is a form of discrimination, all right? And obviously these are connected, but just so you know, like all the other ones, the other pictures are examples from here in the United States. This is an example from South Africa, okay? And they also had places that were separated, like black and white. And this is, but it was in South Africa, it was called apartheid, which basically means separated. But this was it continued much later. Like it continued until the 1990s. So la separación aquí en los Estados Unidos, bueno, separación como muy obvia, muy legal, ¿verdad? Era hasta los 60, ¿verdad? Es cuando empezaron a cambiar todo eso. Pero en Sudáfrica, en el país de Sudáfrica, era hasta los 90, o sea, pues yo estaba vivo en ese tiempo, ¿verdad? Y las reglas que tenían ahí eran no simplemente, por ejemplo, que eran, aquí es lugar para negros y aquí para blancos, pero era, por ejemplo, ilegal que por ejemplo, un hombre blanco se casaba con una mujer negra. So ahí es como eran las leyes ahí en Sudáfrica. So like in South Africa, it was called apartheid, and there were, separate spaces for white people and for black people. And there were even laws, for example, that said that if you are a white man, it was illegal for you to be with a black woman. Okay. So, that's, that was in the 1990s when it started to end. All right. Well, thank you guys for that. I guess I can just maybe say who was like sort of the winner. And Stojakovic, even though I said don't do it again, you did it again. So I would say the person who did it the fastest or most correct, it looks like
¿Cómo fue, mister?
I don't forget. Okay, so Slayana, congratulations. Anthony, congratulations. It looks like Delfina, also congratulations. I'm just naming the students who were able to do it perfectly the first time around. So good job. All right, let's continue. Okay, I can seguir. All right, so like we discussed last week, and I just want to, review. So, so what happened in history when a government supported discrimination against a specific group of people? So I think when you start to separate people and you start to pass laws and the government supports this, it leads to something called genocide. Okay. Si tienes un gobierno que apoya todos estos métodos, ¿verdad? Como de discriminación. Y es una cosa si, por ejemplo, viene de un agente local, ¿verdad? Pero es algo totalmente diferente si, por ejemplo, el gobierno central, el gobierno federal, es que está apoyando esta separación de gente, está apoyando la discriminación hacia gente, ¿verdad? Y lo que puede pasar es algo llamado genocidio. ¿Ok? So genocide is, like you remember, if you remember from last week, is the deliberate, systematic, and organized destruction or murder of a racial, political, or cultural group. So basically, a genocide is when one group makes a plan, okay? It can't just be like sort of accidental, or it can even happen in war, because in war, when you have a war, you're basically trying to like get resources, you're trying to maybe conquer territory, you're trying to defeat another people, right? So se puede decir que es guerra, porque en la guerra quieres, por ejemplo, pelear por recursos, quieres ganar territorio, quieres conquistar otra gente, ¿verdad? But when you conquer another people, it doesn't mean that you want to destroy them, okay? It just means that you want to conquer them and maybe you want to control them, and that's it, right? Si quieres conquistar una gente, no significa que quieres destruirlas, más estás conquistándolas para poder controlarlas o algo así, ¿verdad? But the difference is in a genocide, your goal is to murder and destroy those people. And that's like the difference, the big difference between just a war and a genocide. So, cuando es un genocidio, el propósito de pelear es para completamente destruir o asesinar ese grupo de gente. So no importa que quizás pase durante una guerra, pero el propósito de esa guerra es para completamente destruir la gente. Looks like we have a question in chat. Yeah, so that's exactly what we're talking about, Anthony. Lo que estamos hablando actualmente es el genocidio, perdón, el genocidio de los judíos. And so this is called the Holocaust. Give me one moment. I need to clear my. Anthony mentioned it correctly. So the genocide of the Jewish people is called the Holocaust, and this happened during World War II. So it was committed by Nazi Germany against the Jewish people, and the actions of the Nazis caused the deaths of at least 6 million Jews. So there's a lot of, I think a lot of people will debate about whether or not this was a genocide, because they say, oh, like the people who defend the actions of the Nazi Germany, they will say that that it was just part of the war, that this was just part of the process, right, of war. But there was so many things that were organized during World War II, where the Nazis established systems. They constructed like trains, they constructed buildings, where the only purpose of these constructions was to eliminate more Jewish people and eliminate them faster. So it wasn't just like, it wasn't for sometimes when they did these things, it gave no benefit in the war. Okay. The only benefit was to destroy and murder the Jewish people faster and in greater numbers. So that's what makes it different. That's why it makes this more like this is different than just a war. This is like something that's a system. This is something that's a genocide. I have some hands up. Karen? Yeah?
No, sin querer.
Akira?
Right.
Okay, I don't know if, Wildania?
Oh, sí. Una pregunta. Esa gente, o sea, era en el país de ellos, en otros países.
Good question. So it's the thing is like, okay, so it started in Germany. Comenzó en Alemania, okay? But then as Germany started to gain more and more control of different countries in Europe, then it expanded like the system of elimination of the Jewish people. So cada vez que ganaba más y más territorio Alemania durante este tiempo, pues en esos países, en esos territorios donde andaban ganando más territorio, ¿verdad? Ellos empezaron a hacer sistemas allí y eliminar a los judíos en esos lugares también. So I think outside of Germany, afuera de Alemania, the country that had like the most Jewish people affected was Poland. Okay, so Poland era el país que fue como más afectado aparte de Alemania, like that, you know, that had the worst, the most and the worst deaths for the Jewish people. So I think the purpose of today for the rest of the class, like this whole week is about learning stories about the Holocaust. De esta semana es más para conocer un poco más sobre el Holocausto usando historias. Okay. So what we're gonna do next is this. I'm gonna have you guys look up some like an information about someone who lived during the Holocaust. Okay. Quiero que el propósito hoy es que van a buscar información sobre una persona que vivió durante el Holocausto. Okay. And what's on my throat? I gotta clear my throat again. All right. So so this is I guess from here what we're gonna do is if you have your Google Classroom open, it'll be easier. So si pueden abrir su Google Classroom, va a ser más fácil, okay? So I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm going to show you the Google Classroom. Right there. Okay, so si pueden ir a su Google Classroom, va a ser un poquito más
Mr.
fácil.
Jacob, tú tienes el micrófono prendido.
All right, so thank you for letting Stojakovic know. All right, so if you guys can go to under the Google Classroom, if you go to week 11, so the one from last week, and go to assignment. Si pueden ir a la semana 11 y pueden ver bajo asignación, el que dice Holocaust Story Share. Okay, so you're gonna open it up, van a abrir, and what is that? Hey, no problem. Let's just keep going. All right, van a abrir aquí la asignación. All right, so remember that some of you, I hope some of you started doing this, but you have to do this this is part of your homework, right? Eso fue su tarea. You have to do like, I sent you an email about it too. Les mandé como un correo electrónico sobre esto. So I asked you to, if you can, to do this slide and this slide. Si pudieran hacer este slide y este slide para tarea. Eso es lo que les pedí. And this is what we're doing right now in class. Es lo que vamos a contar hoy en clase. Okay? So yeah, let's work on this.
Mister.
What's up?
El último slide no me deja escribir.
¿Cómo que el último slide? ¿Solamente un slide no te deja escribir?
El último no me deja poner la información.
¿Entregaste el trabajo?
No lo pude entregar porque no lo podía completar. No me deja escribir.
Bueno, ahorita veo porque quizás nomás está entregado. Ahorita te lo regreso, ¿ok? Déjame nomás explicar esto.
Okay.
So this is what you're going to do, okay? So under the assignment, bajo la asignación, you'll see this. There's like a new link if you haven't seen it recently. It says identification cards. So you're going to click on this. And basically you're gonna there's some stories from different people, and all of these people are people who lived during the Holocaust. And this isn't all of them, okay? You can click here and you'll browse a lot more cards. You can click here and it'll organize it'll give you cards for only the men, and you can just kind of look through these. Hold on, is that? 1 second. It should give me only the men. Okay, I don't know why it's doing that, but anyway, you can go through them. You can click here under the letters, and it'll just organize it differently under letters of the names. But you know, that's basically what you're doing. And so let me show you what I'm asking you to do. Okay. So on the slide, it says date of birth, location, and interesting detail about their life. And you need to say if that person survived the Holocaust. So I'm going to just click on the first one, just make it a little easier. So this is Helga Leeser. All right. And she was born in 1928. So some of these for the date of birth, it'll give you the actual day, and some of them just give you the year. It's just, you know, the records were difficult to keep back in that time. And it looks like she's from Munster, Germany. And so like I've already read through this, so I'm just I know what the important detail is, but you're supposed to choose an interesting detail about the person's life. So I read here already that that, for example, that she and her family, they avoided deportation by getting false papers saying they were Dutch Christians, and there was a Dutch couple who hid them in their flat. Okay. So you can copy and paste this, or you can just summarize it. I'm going to summarize, say that that she and her family escaped capture by using fake Dutch papers and hiding with with a Dutch couple. Hiding in a Dutch couple's flat. right? And then it looks like I'm not going to have enough space. So, you know, you might have to make the text smaller. That's fine. And then you have to see if she survived or not. And if you look at the very end of each article they post here about the people, it'll tell you if they survived or if they were killed during the Holocaust. So it looks here like she survived. It says that after their liberation at the end of the war, Helga, her sister and mother remained in Rotterdam. So I'm going to say that she and her mother and sister survived and lived in Rotterdam. Okay. And for the picture, you know, it's pretty simple. You're just gonna copy it right here. And you just paste it there. Control V. And just, you know, put it to the size. And there you go. And then it's done. Okay. I guess the question is, let's see. I feel like I don't want to rush you. So what we'll do is we can actually, okay, let's try this. Let's see how much we can get done. Okay, so what do you think is a good amount of time? 10 or 15 minutes to do this slide? ¿Creen que necesitan 10 minutos o 15 minutos para hacer el slide?
Yo creo que 15.
And
Sí.
15, ¿verdad?
15?
15.
I think
15.
15.
15? All right, so
Sí,
let's say most of you
15.
say 15. All right, so I'll give you 15 minutes to do the slide, okay? And all right, so I'll set a timer for 15 minutes and just have them ready, okay? Okay, Google, set a timer for 15 minutes.
Third timer for 15 minutes. And that's starting now.
And I'll just leave the slide open here, so if you guys just want to see it as a sample, you can see it as a sample. And if you have any questions, please ask questions.
Vete.
Oh,
Le sigo
I
dando
can-
y no me deja.
oh, okay, all right. So that's what I was, okay, so that's what I need to do right now. I was like, I think I need to do something. And okay, give me 1 second, okay? Let me look it up. That's interesting. It doesn't have any assigned, any turned in. Well, I can type in it. I don't know what's. There's no indicate. So Djokovic, I don't usually. I see nothing here that would tell me like that you turned it in. Let me think. Status. And now it's coming up as assigned. So Djokovic, have you tried refreshing?
Me quedé hablando estando muteado Mister otra vez. Y estaba diciéndole que yo copié y pegué el slide. Ahora por lo menos me deja escribir.
I see. Like I can make changes. Mira, yo dupliqué el slide también. ¿Te deja hacer cambios en el slide que dupliqué?
¿Cambios cómo?
O sea, yo dupliqué el slide. So, ¿ves que tienes como una slide que es igual? ¿Puedes hacer cambios en ese slide?
Dame. No. Se borran las cosas, pero no sé si no.
Bueno, quizás está en texto negro. Ok, ya pasó algo.
Ah, ya déjelo. Es que no copié nada.
Ok, so quizás es porque estaba.
No, no se copia ni se pega. Ya déjelo. Se
No es
copió.
por nada,
So-
señores, pero algunos quieren ver
So, alright,
videos, sacar
okay,
información.
sorry. No, pero Will Daniel,
No
no
por
tienes que
nada.
ver el video. Will Daniel,
Mister,
no debes
déjame.
estar, pero Will Daniel,
Yo
no tienes
quiero
que estar
verlo.
viendo el video, nomás estás mirando el sitio.
Oh, really?
Yeah, el video
Gracias.
nomás es el último slide que estás haciendo, el del nombre.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
all right. Someone in the chat said that they couldn't find the website. So here's the link.
Ok, lo estoy creando, mister.
All right, cool.
Mr. Martin, yo tengo una pregunta.
Yes.
Cuando Estamos hablando de la vida de la, o sea, sobre lo que ella hizo, o podemos poner como gente secundaria, como hijos, o esposos, o familiares, o solamente ella.
Bueno, when they said detalle interesante, ¿verdad? Where it says
Sí.
interesting detail, it's about what you think is interesting, Wildania. Es lo que tú encuentras interesante. So,
Okay.
puede ser cualquier cosa.
Una duda, nosotros nada más tenemos que hacer la última slide o tenemos que completar todo.
Para ahorita, lo que tienes que hacer es el último slide, ¿ok? Porque esos, al comienzo de la clase mañana van a compartir un poco sobre lo que encontraron. So, How much time is left? All right, it looks, you have about 6 minutes left. Let's say, unos 6 minutos.
Mr. Martin, I not finished this. Can I finish later?
Yeah, so I mean, remember that you only need to do for this what we're doing right now, it's just the last slide. Es más último slide. So you can do like which part are you not finished with? Let me see. Let me look at yours.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I see some of you are trying to do the first 2 slides. No, you should just be working on the last slide. So try to finish just the last slide because that's all we need for the story share. Okay. And Priscilla, you still have 5 minutes left.
Okay, is my internet have a little bit of problems on my laptop?
Okay.
So
Well, all right. Well, if you
little
don't, I
bit.
mean, yeah, if you don't finish it right now in 5 minutes, it doesn't mean that you're going to fail the class, Priscilla. Don't worry, it's fine. Just just try to finish it by tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Or no, wait, when do I have you next? Oh, Thursday. Finish it by Thursday. Sorry. And one more time, una vez más. So where it says interesting detail about life, donde indica interesante detalle sobre su vida, right here. Remember that whatever you read in the information, lo que es que leen en la información, es simplemente lo que tú piensas que es interesante. Es lo que sea que tú piensas que es interesante. So whatever you think is interesting about the person's life, that's what you're putting there. So it's just a sentence or two that you're like, oh, wow, that's something very interesting. Wow. Okay. And just so everyone knows, it's very obvious. I know I'm giving you guys time to work on this in class, but it's very obvious when you're not working on the assignment. Because if you're not even on the presentation, then I can see you're not working on the assignment. Oh, time check. You have a little less than 2 minutes left. All right, the time is up. All right, so I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give you some time at the beginning of class tomorrow to for you to like do a little bit of these story shares, okay? Lo que vamos a hacer mañana es, les voy a dar un tiempo al comienzo de la clase para que puedan compartir un poco de estas historias, okay? So just make sure to be to class on time. And I wanted to get your opinions about something. Quería dar sus opiniones sobre algo, okay? Oh, hold on, there's a couple of questions. Oh, so Djokovic, did you want to ask a question? And then
Sí.
Akira and Wilania also
Sí.
have your hands up.
Sí,
Yeah.
que mañana usted no da clase.
Hmm?
Mañana usted no da clase.
Oh, sorry. I don't know, sé por qué estoy diciendo mañana. I meant Thursday, el jueves, perdón. Jueves, Thursday. Thank you. Akira, what was your question? Was it about the same thing? Okay.
I don't have question. I just like
Oh, you just, okay. Well, Dania, do you have a question? Pregunta?
Sí. Uno tiene que completar el slide o sea, los dos que nos faltan. Así lo dejamos para mañana. ¿O qué?
Bueno, esa es tu tarea para de esta semana, completar todos, ¿verdad? Pero nomás para el jueves, para que lo que tienes que compartir es el último. Yo no voy a revisar, no vas a compartir los otros dos, simplemente vas a compartir la historia de la persona. ¿Ok?
Y otra pregunta. ¿Y la tarea que usted deja fecha, o sea, como que no le pone fecha de entrega, esa usted la revisa?
Bueno, mira, las fechas de entrega que en Google Classroom, bueno, todas las asignaciones tienen, se me hace que les pongo fechas de entrega. Hay unas que quizás no, pero mira, bueno.
Por ejemplo, esa.
Bueno, un momento, entonces me acabas de recordar sobre algo. Ok, perdón. Por ejemplo, hold on. Let's see, for the assignments, right? So whenever, this one has a due date, right? December 11th. It's for this week. So basically think of the due dates as you need to finish these assignments by that time, just so that you don't have a bunch of assignments you need to do like all at one time. So básicamente piensa esas, no te quito puntos por no entregarlo en ese tiempo, pero lo que pasa es que le estoy dando esas fechas para que no se le vayan a montar todo el trabajo que tienen que hacer. ¿Ok? So no quito puntos, pero por ejemplo, si no has completado una asignación, como si no has completado una asignación de la semana 10 o 11, ahorita está bien, pero por ejemplo, si no has completado una asignación que te di la tercera semana, pues estás un poco atrasado, ¿verdad? Las fechas que tienes que entregar es para ayudarles a ustedes, ¿ok? Porque para que no se van a atrasar tantos. But one more thing, okay? If you look under list of graded assignments, si ven aquí lista de, so I changed it, okay? So it used to be a PowerPoint, but I try to make it that's more helpful for you. So if you open it now, it's a web page, okay? So ahora si abren esto, la lista de asignaciones por la que voy a dar calificaciones es un web page, right? So it tells you here, it tells you the name of the assignment, it tells you what week it happened, and it tells you how many points it's worth, okay? So, and also if you click here, and if you're not sure what assignment this is, no sabes qué asignación es, all you have to do is click on this link and it'll open up the assignment, okay? So you can check to see if you've completed or not. Ahí puedes rápidamente ver si la completaste o no, all right? And it's also a way for you to organize your time. Puedes también organizar tu tiempo. For example, if this is worth 5 points, but this one is worth 30, maybe you want to focus on this one because this is worth more points. This one's worth 20 points. Maybe you want to organize your time and focus on this one. Another 30 points. The meal paragraph for The Simpsons is worth 80 points. We did the meal, I gave you a meal paragraph for the slavery, right? That was the most recent meal paragraph. That's worth 100 points. You should probably start to do that assignment, okay? So if you haven't already. So hopefully this is helpful. Quizás eso sí les va a ayudar como saber qué es lo que tienen que completar y cuántos puntos son y todo eso. So yeah, that should help. Okay. So thank you for that, Wildania. I don't know if that was your question, but it's about when you need to turn in things around. Básicamente tu pregunta es basada en cuándo tienen que entregar sus cosas, ¿verdad? So las fechas, no les voy a quitar puntos, como les dije. I'm not going to take off points for the due if you don't turn it in by the due date, but those dates are meant to help you stay organized. Esas fechas son para que se mantengan organizados. Okay. All right. So let's see. Okay, here's a random question. Okay, es una pregunta que dice hacer. If I asked you guys, well, I guess the better question is, do you guys think, what do you think about watching videos or movies over Zoom? Is it good? Is it bad? Like, what's your opinion of it? ¿Qué es su opinión sobre ver películas sobre Zoom? Sobre así como juntos en la clase. ¿Se les hace bien? ¿Cómo es la calidad? ¿Se le hace buen uso de tiempo? ¿Qué es lo que opinan?
Se ve bien y todo, me dice, porque eso es algo bien. El problema es la calidad, porque desde Zoom eso se ve, para mí se ve malísimo.
Real, de acuerdo con Mr. Jacobi, dependiendo la calidad, porque si no, no.
Okay, so les pregunto por eso. I'm asking because of this. So I wanted to sort of watch a movie together on Zoom, right? But it's a longer movie, so no matter what, you would have to spend time, your own time to watch the movie. No importa que si vamos simplemente quise nomás comenzar la película en Zoom, pero después no iba a ver como suficiente, pero después se les iba a dar de tarea para que la acabaran de ver, okay? But, like, I guess, for example, let's say on Thursday, my plan is we're going to do a story share, and then after that, we're going to start the movie. Mi plan el jueves es, vamos a tener como, van a compartir sus historias, y después vamos a comenzar a ver la película, okay? But, like, is it better for me to just give you the link to the movie and then you guys can watch it on your own time? Sería mejor, por ejemplo, más simplemente darles el link a la película y después pueden verlas en su propio tiempo sin que esté en Zoom.
Mister, créeme que eso no va a pasar, dependiendo de la película, porque no todo el mundo le va a gustar. Y no, créeme que no.
Well, I mean, okay, so the thing is, like, the movie is the movie is I mean, I can talk, how about on Thursday, what I can do is I can tell you about the movie, I can say what it's about, and then, you know, obviously I can't force you to watch the movie, but I
Mr.
think it's,
Martin.
but hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
But I think it's an important movie. If you're interested in this topic, if you are interested in the Holocaust, I think it's a good movie about the Holocaust. It's like a movie that shows a lot of different things about it. So yo pienso que si, por ejemplo, si te interesa este tema del Holocausto, es una película bueno para saber más detalles sobre lo que pasó. So that's all I'll say. Esto es lo que voy a hacer. And Wilania, I know you're saying because of time, so
No
I'll end it now.
no es eso, no es esto. Pues entonces, toda la película que vamos a ver va a ser sobre la clase. O sea, ver películas sobre los temas.
¿Y cómo se llama la película?
Bueno, no sé si la quieren buscar anteriormente, pero yo les voy a dar el link el jueves, pero se llama Schindler's List.
Una pregunta, ¿está en inglés o está en español? Porque recuerda que aquí somos bilingües.
I know. I'm trying to,
Sí.
I'm trying to find it in Spanish. Yo quiero intentar buscarlo en español, el audio en español, pero se me ha sido difícil. Tengo subtítulos en español, pero voy a seguir buscando a ver si hay como audio en español, ¿ok? Pero no puedo hacer promesas, right? Pero subtítulos en español sí los encontré, ¿ok?
Oh,
Right.
ay no, subtítulo
Okay.
no, porque no va a estar vivo.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, all right, guys. I'll try to find it in Spanish language, but I can't make any promises. Okay. All right. Well, I'll talk to you all later. Thank you guys for staying a little bit, and we'll see you on Thursday. Okay. Nos vemos el jueves.
Está bien,
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye bye.